Ijada, Jana, listen. If you hear any voices, noises in this vid that doesn't come from me in the background at all, if you can, if you have the willpower, disregard it. All right. So this is Yada News. Yada News. What's new? What's new? What's new? All right. So I have a couple things that I jotted down here. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about something that's coming up. All right. I just would like to, do some notify individuals. All right. So this being said, I would like to tell you about what's coming in 2026, probably, okay, and more about a little bit what's coming in 2027. All right. Now, this is also going to be from, a couple things that I ran across and a couple things that I know myself in a sense. All right. So, thing is about certain aliens and ETs. Okay. So, beautifuls, all of you gonna have to know that we got here through sex. Okay, that's just kind of what happened. Okay, all of us. Okay, so the fact is we're not going to keep hiding that. All right. Now, the key word in this video, if you open up your ears of discernment, you know, you feel me? You got 2 ears in one mouth. You feel me? So just listen twice as fast. All right. So this being said, we're gonna have to get over this whole sexual thing, okay, and be mature about it. All right. The key word in this video is visibility. Visibility. Okay. As we know, because certain individuals like to do things in secret and hide and stuff, and that's why it's been getting a whole collective like we're going up because of the lack of visibility, being open. All right. All right. This is, and the thing is, I know some things that the Most High has told me to let the collective know for our maturity about sex. Okay. Even about with the little people. Okay. So you feel me? So it's still going to be exposed. All right. All right. That's the whole part. Everything. I'm still going to expose it. It's still going to happen. All right. Whether you would like your ego would like to like nah 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 and all that other BS and it's no. You not you can't stop nature. You can't you're not able to stop. You feel me? Nature at all. Okay. Because there is a difference with what's natural and normal. Something normal and something natural are two different things. Okay. Me, I'm more natural. I like things natural. Not into like the whole like what y'all call certain ones use as normal. I'm not with that. All right. So this being said, probably am gonna go over a little bit of time here. The only part is what I do put these on is like a little bit like when I the timing and increases the time and the downloads and everything. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about these aliens and ETs, okay? And some of them are hiding in like certain cloaking devices and stuff. So they like look human and stuff like that. They not like kind of really. They not really. All right. So the thing is, I'm also going to also tell y'all about the financial systems. All right. That's what this video is going to be about. Okay, in a sense. Okay. So, let me tell you a little bit about because I'm bringing just follow me because I set things up so I bring them all together so your mind so you don't get distracted. All right. So, this being said, all right. You have the ability, okay, when you open your eyes, you see like, okay, this is like form, okay? When you do your meditations, when you close your eyes, you get back into the formless, okay? Take heed and enjoy that formlessness when you go into your meditations. Go deep inside as long as you can, all right? With your willpower, all right? And be comfortable with that formlessness, all right? Because that's going to, when you open your eyes, when in this eyes of form, when you see this form, you're going to start to see the formless. It's going to become a sense, all right? That's just, boo, just a little golden nugget up in there. So now let me tell you a little bit about what's about to happen, okay? I've been watching some of these channels, and the thing is, there are ETs, there are extraterrestrials, you feel me? And then we have humans, okay? Humans that are waking up, you feel me? That we're, humans basically are waking up to their abilities, so they become superhumans, okay? They come from a caterpillar to a butterfly. They have superpowers now, okay? Super strength, you feel me? Super speed, super, you feel me? Like, be able to do things just like that from, you feel me? Just, that's what we're going into. Certain extraterrestrials, well, certain ET aliens, whatever, they were doing an agenda to try to sabotage that. All right. So this is why this is the year of discernment. Okay. Basically, I'm looking at a certain time and everything. So this being said, you might be hearing about something called the QFS. Okay. Quantum Financial System. I know I did bring it up in a previous video. Hey, we're going to QFS system. You feel me? The only part is when the Most High comes to me, and you feel me? Basically, I take heed. Okay, I take heed to the best of my ability. All right, because I know it's always for my good. It's for the collective's good. All right, so. There's going to, some are plotting a QF system. Oh, okay. You might hear something about Pleiadians, okay, also known as the tall whites. They don't really look like how they trying to show they human form. They really don't look like that, okay? Called tall whites for a reason, okay? Now, the thing is, a lot of individuals. The thing is, have you ever noted there is something called the higher fifth dimension and the lower fifth dimension? There's something called the higher fourth dimension and the lower fourth dimension. All right? Believe me, the ones that come looking for trouble and trying to control everything, okay, they most likely come from the lower part of that dimension. Okay? So, here's something now. I would like to let y'all know something about something called what it means when somebody, so the difference when somebody's controlling, trying to get control, and when there's when there's certain ones that would like that empower. Okay, I would like to bring this word to you. Okay, empower. I looked this up. All right. Okay, and I looked this up on like the little Google and stuff like that. So I just thought you feel me? Break it down how the best of your ability. Okay, I looked up the word empowering. Well, I looked up the word empower. Even though you feel me? So empower, it says, is give someone the authority or power to do something. Okay, so if you ever heard of empowering people, okay, look, who you got to know when these certain ones that in the past have been in these certain supposable positions of power, you feel me? Had they been empowering the people, or were they disempowering the people, causing them, you feel me, to become lazy or to become dependent and not independent? Okay, you got to know this. Okay, you got to know this, because you just know this, the difference between empowering someone and disempowering. Okay, and empowering someone and controlling someone. All right. Okay. So, for all those tyrants and stuff and those bullies, we just take them off their high horse. You feel me? Bullies and tyrants, you don't do too much talking with them. Okay. You ask them questions to set it up to where they get to trying to tell you they know. Okay. So when you do put in the action, they can't say they didn't know. All right. So that's kind of how I do things. I ask questions in a way so they can just say they know. So they could just basically tell me hush. Just so when I perform actions, they can't say too much. They can't say nothing, basically. And then they're going to want sympathy and want to play the simp thing, okay? And play the victim role because they're not getting their way. Like a little pouting brat, too spoiled, just brat, and just think everything's supposed to get handed to them. Like, they're not supposed to put in hard work or put in any work. So those are the ones that we're knocking off their high horse. All right. Deflating those egos. All right. Deflating ego season, So now there are ETs and extraterrestrials. Sometimes they do like reaching out on these technologies. Okay. They do like reaching out, and like, you got to think, where have you been this whole time? But like, why are you reaching out to me? If you talk about presence is like, you feel me? Presence is more better than all this technology. Well, how come you didn't just show up? Why are you reaching out on these little electronics and trying to stay far away and then trying to get certain permissions to do stuff? Okay? Because they would like access to you by certain permissions. Okay? So I'm letting y'all know this because that little QFS system ain't all it's not really meant for the human good. It's not really totally meant for that. Okay? So there is something in there. The only reason I know this is because the Most High has already brought me a certain system that is best to be implemented. All right. So this is what I'm going to be reading. So the thing is, I got this from Master Teacher Experience. Okay. That's Father Mother God's first messenger experience. Okay. So I got this from Master Teacher Experience. So now, all right. I would like to also tell you a little something about before I go into this. It's going to be called it's called the WCS. All right. I'll tell you what that means in a bit. So the thing is, you ever heard of the Galactic Federation? All right. Okay. And then they I guess they heard me say something about a specific word, right? Then they get to talk about the Federation. It's like, nah. Y'all don't even get it, do y'all? Okay, the Most High would like there to be also something called the United Federation. The United Federation. I'm going to tell you what the word federation means. Okay? Federation, because I looked this up on like the little Google, I just took that specific definition. It says federation is a group of states with a central government. And basically, I'm going to paraphrase it. A group of states with a central government, yet independence in internal affairs. Okay? Reason why I wrote it, the thing is, I'm going to break this down because you got to know, you got to know words. Because sometimes, sometimes individuals don't know whether it's there, or there. So it says a group of states with a central government, yet independent in internal affairs. So the Most High of all creators would like there to be the United Federation. Not really, so those galactic federations, I'm not with you. I'm not with you. I'm with the United Federation. Now, when it says a group of states with a central government, you got to know there is something called states of mind. All right? There is something called that. States of mind. And independence and internal, inside your like emotions and stuff like that. So if the Most High of all creators would like there to be the United Federation, it has something to do with a specific, it's something to do with states of mind. All right. And also, and then the independence in internal affairs with, our personal walk with the Most High of all creators. Now, let me tell you more about this specific WCS, okay? Because this is going to be implemented, okay? This is going to be implemented, all right? I'm not sugarcoating, okay? So, this being said, I heard about the QFS. The only part is there is going to be something better because it's going to outweigh it, all right? Okay, so the WCS, all right, is the Worldwide Compensation System. The thing is, once I got this from Master Teacher Experience, I'm going to go back over this and go in more detail and more in depth to what exactly and how to exactly implement this. Okay, so it says basically, Master Teacher Experience says develop an international monetary system that is wide open, total visible, immediately traceable, completely accountable. Establish a worldwide compensation system by which people would be given credits for services rendered and products produced, and debits for services used and products consumed. Everything would be on the system of credits and debits. Returns on investments, inheritances, winnings of wagers, salaries and wages, tips and gratuities, everything. And nothing could be purchased without credits. There would be no other negotiable currency, and everyone's records would be open to everyone else. 2 price tags, the price and their cost. Under the new Worldwide Compensation System, WCS, the transfer of debits and credits would be immediate and totally visible. Anybody and everybody could inspect the account of any other person or organization at any time. Nothing would be kept secret. Nothing would be private. The WCS would deduct 10% of all earnings each year from the incomes of those voluntary requesting such a deduction. Then would be no income tax, no forms to file, no deductions to figure, no escape hatch to construct or obfuscation to manufacture, or obfuscation to manufacture. Since all records would be open, everyone in the society would be able to observe who was choosing to offer the 10% for the general good of all and who was not. This voluntary deduction would go towards support of all the programs and services of the government as voted on by the people. The whole system would be all very simple, all very visible. Okay? So, this is what's going to be happening, all right? This is going to be implemented. It's for the betterment of the collective, all right? And then I also will basically let individuals know more about all the teachings of the young ones and basically how that's going to be implemented and everything for visibility purposes and for our spiritual maturity purposes, all right? So, this being said, this is going to be implemented, all right? So the only thing is the other systems are basically collapsing. They're all going to collapse. Some are going to try to bring some things in, they're going to collapse. Okay? Because this is going to be brought forth. That's what we're making a way for, and we're doing this quite quickly. All right? So I love y'all. Stay accountable.